Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host Gavin Hatch and this is episode number 109 and we are over at SeaWorld Orlando today taking a look around at some construction and progress on things as they prepare for the summer season to begin. So let's start in the front of the park. Over here at the very entrance of the park at the turnstiles, they have changed things around a little bit. So the turnstiles used to be where you would come up with your ticket, you lay it down, there would be a red scanner that would scan your ticket, and then you would have to just show photo ID to the team member and they would check and make sure that the name matches. Well, they've gone ahead and made it a lot faster now and a better process. They've removed the turnstiles. The original poles and extensions are still there to where the machinery used to be, and they removed the turnstile itself though. So instead of having that there, they have just an ambassador there, and the ambassador will go ahead and take your ticket from you, scan it, and they use a handheld device that does have, it's kind of like a smartphone, where they will have your picture pop up. So the first time you use your pass or your ticket at SeaWorld, they'll take your photo, and then anytime you come back into the park, you can go ahead and they'll just scan it and they'll look at the device and see if the picture matches and it's you, and if it is, of course, you're coming right on inside and you're not walking through a turnstile anymore. The ambassador will simply just move out of the way, and this eliminates them having to re-stamp or stamp your hands when you're coming in and out of the park, or leaving, I should say, leaving the park now. They used to still do the hand stamp thing, but that is now no longer needed since they are taking photos of each guest coming in. So I'm sure if you don't want your photo taken, I'm sure they will do something else and alternate in a different way. Maybe just check your photo ID instead, but it's a really fast process, and I've noticed it's really working pretty well up there. So I like this system though. I think it's great, and maybe the other parks in the area, maybe some parks down the street, will go ahead and adapt this as well and change things around at their turnstiles at the entrance of their parks. Now, once you're inside, you'll notice that they have advertising for fidget spinners. So this is a trend that is really popular right now. I'm sure you've seen someone doing this in person or have heard about it, but kids and even adults are really going crazy over these fidget spinners. So I personally have not used one. I don't have one, but it is something that I guess kind of helps, especially in this park, because you spend a lot of time sitting around waiting for shows if you arrive early, so you can be sitting in these theaters or amphitheaters for like 30 minutes before the show begins. Kids get restless, so these probably keep kids kind of just occupied, entertained, and keep them calmed down. So this might actually be a good thing to have in the parks. Of course, you can't bring them on coasters and probably some rides, but as far as at SeaWorld, it's probably great because there is a lot of sitting around, waiting around for things to begin, since there's a lot of shows, and this probably does help. I don't know the pricing for them at SeaWorld, but I'm sure that they probably cost a lot more than what you could purchase them down at a convenience store, or Walgreens or CVS or something. So I recommend just bringing your own in, but if you do leave it at the hotel or at home, you can buy one here at SeaWorld Orlando and have it for the day, of course. Now over here at Kraken, which will now be called Kraken Unleashed, we can see some progress at the entrance of the attraction. They are retheming this entire coaster. The coaster itself is not changing, but you will be experiencing it now, or have the option of experiencing it now, with a VR headset. So you will actually be able to put on a VR headset and you can experience this story while you're, of course, going on the coaster itself. Now the entrance is being changed and modified. The old, really kind of looked like an eel. The eel Kraken is no longer the icon of the attraction and actually has been removed completely, and they are adding new characters and new elements to it to go along with the story that you'll be seeing when you have the VR set on your head. Now, another cool thing about this I didn't know that I recently found out was that they are tying Journey to Atlantis and Kraken together. They're going to have the same characters and storylines. Right now, Journey to Atlantis is not fully activated when it comes to all their show elements, but once Kraken Unleashed is open, then Journey to Atlantis will change, and the storyline will change, and new elements in the ride that were added in during refurbishment recently will be activated. So the music will change, and it will all be kind of, the two rides will be one and sync together and have the same storyline. So that's really cool. Very excited to see how that turns out, but it's nice to see them putting some love into Kraken. It was their original coaster, and it definitely needed some love and attention right now, and it's finally getting it. And I'm glad that they are not just putting VR sets on people and it's pretty much the same ride. I'm glad that they're actually changing the theming and the elements and the atmosphere of the ride itself though. So I was surprised to see them do this. They're putting a lot of work and obviously money into this, so it's really nice to see SeaWorld doing that. Now this summer they will have a new show over in the Nautilus Theater, part of their Electric Ocean summertime event, and this is going to be something that I've never really seen anything like this before, but it is a gentleman who does this. He's done it on multiple shows on TV, and he travels the country doing this, so it's just he's not going to be permanently here. It will strictly be here just for the summer season, but this will be a new entertainment offering inside the theater. They have gone ahead and updated the Nautilus Theater though with new sound system, possibly new seats, and they've just really kind of remodeled the theater and made it a lot more comfortable to be in, which I can't wait to see what they've done on the inside. I noticed that the outside though, the day we were here walking by, we noticed that they did repaint the theater. So Nautilus Theater does have a fresh coat of paint, a new color scheme, and again, I can't wait to come in here and see what they've done with it. If I'm not a big fan of the pop show, I am really excited to come back in here for the Christmas season to see Oh Wondrous Night and see how that show will become better with the changes that they've made to the theater itself. Now walking past the Nautilus Theater, we can see where they are building right now the newest attraction at SeaWorld, which will be the Infiniti Falls. Now this is something that will not be opening this summer, it's going to be opening up next year, but it is really coming along pretty quickly here. They put these construction walls up and they've already torn down, or removed I should say, all the trees and everything on the other side here. Now you'll notice that they still have the old hospitality building that was being used just for indoor seating, some quick service, a bar area they had there, and also the pass holder lounge. That building is completely closed as of right now. They might reopen it and have like just a pathway that you can walk through to get to it. But as of right now, the hospitality building is closed down. It is not scheduled to be demolished or anything like that for this ride. They're building the ride around it, but they have gone ahead and removed all this beautiful garden that was here where they had all the animal interactions with the ambassadors. That has all been removed and demolished. So it's kind of interesting back here. There's just a lot of sunlight right now because the trees are gone. But the construction wall itself is huge. It's a very long construction wall, but they are advertising all the different things that are going on this summer in the park. Now, Electric Ocean is what the event is being called. It's no longer Summer Nights at SeaWorld like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld used to do. It's Electric Ocean. It's a whole new thing. They're going to have all kinds of special projection lighting and things like that in the park in certain areas. They're going to have DJs. They're going to have special entertainers and entertainment walking through the park, and it's just a whole new, I think it's going to really tie into Light Up the Night. That show is really great over at Shamu Stadium, so I feel like the whole park is going to have that kind of nightclub type of neon, really club, fun, family-friendly music going on throughout the whole park. So I'm excited to see what they do this summer, and it's great because SeaWorld really doesn't have to do too much and spend a whole lot of money on this event because they're going to get lots of traffic into their park this summer just because a lot of guests are here to see Volcano Bay and to see Pandora, the World of Avatar. So SeaWorld's really winning when it comes to this summer's crowds and attendance because they don't have to do a whole lot, but they're still doing some stuff. It's great. But it's really nice and beneficial for them because obviously the other parks are doing some big things and people are going to come down to see that and obviously stay and see SeaWorld as well. Now over near the waterfront area of the park, they've gone vertical when it comes to construction over at the Dolphin Nursery that will be opening up this summer. The Dolphin Nursery has always been here. They're simply retheming it and probably expanding on it and just making it look overall more appealing and more themed to the area. It's going to be beautiful because the concept art sure does look nice, and I've always been a big fan of the Dolphin Nursery because it's just really wonderful to be able to come over and just watch them. And also there's always an ambassador here to go ahead and answer questions and talk to you about not just dolphins, but you can ask questions about any other species of animals that they have in the park that they take care of. So it's always really nice to be able to just have that one-on-one time with them and talk to them, and it's going to be really nice once it's done. I believe it's going to be designed to be better, to have better viewing because the old Dolphin Nursery was kind of obstructed viewing. You had to stand at a fence that was kind of further away from or back from the actual side of the tank. So this will be designed to be better, especially for kids. That way kids don't have to sit up on the railing or on the wall, and of course even dad's or mom's shoulders. So this is going to be a really great addition to the park once it's completed this summer. Now the Seven Seas Food Festival was a success. I went multiple times. It was so nice and some great food, but the park does still have some of the tents set up from the event. Walking around, they obviously are closed. There's no markings or any signs on them, so they're just simply bare tents here that are covered up, but I wonder if they're going to be utilizing these again for Electric Ocean this summer. That's what my guess is, or maybe they're just taking a long time to go ahead and tear these down and store them. But if they do keep them up, it probably would be for Electric Ocean, so I'm sure they'll probably be selling all kinds of really cool different merchandise for the event, but we'll see. But I did notice that a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot are still up around the park. And as we were leaving SeaWorld up towards the front, so when you're coming in or leaving, you'll notice that they do have banners and more advertising for the summer events that are going on. Again, I'm really excited to come back this summer. SeaWorld always is a lot of fun. Even during peak seasons, it doesn't really feel like it, and it's just there's always something new and different to do. Every trip is a different experience because of all these great live animals and interactions that you can have. So I'm very excited, and it's going to be a great summer in Orlando at all the parks. So thank you so much for having us. SeaWorld, it was a great day. Thank you guys for watching. That will do it for this week's edition of Photo Finds. I hope all of you have a great week. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Attractions Magazine. But most importantly, make sure you get out, have fun, and enjoy those parks.